Welcome, everyone. Welcome to day 3, our final day of MMVC 24. This is our 13th annual event. And welcome to everyone, wherever you happen to be. If you could add in the chat box where you're from, what time it is, how's the weather, anything else you'd like to share with us so we can feel like we are in the same location. We are in the same space right now, but we're in our homes in different parts of the house, or maybe you're outside, maybe you're in the car, wherever you happen to be. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to use the chat box as we go. Since this is our first event of the day, let me take you to what ahead. And what's ahead is the following. Our presenters, you can see the title of the session and then the description. Our first presenter is coming to us from Iran, and the topic is Rethinking Teaching and Learning in the Age of AI. Our second presenter is coming to us from South Africa, and that's Professor Karen Ferrara-Meyers. She'll be talking about educational revolution, ChatGPT, and beyond. And then our third presenter is Maria Rosario Magaldi, and she's coming to us from Argentina, and she'll be talking about Buddha's teaching in today's education. And then our fourth is Yusra Ferchichi, who's coming to us from, there we are, from Tunisia. And then we've got Dr. Arkady Zilberman. Sorry, I missed Yusra will be discussing digital storytelling and active learning. And then our next presenter is Dr. Arkady Zilberman, who's coming to us from the United States, and he'll be discussing AI web app tutor for training in any foreign language. And then Dr. Anitha Devi will be coming to us from India, and she will be discussing transition in technology use, AI, and the human teacher. And then Nevis and Cheryl, they're coming to us from Italy. Nevis is based in Italy, and Cheryl is based in the United States, and they will be co-presenting creating classroom lessons using AI. And then the final session is with me. It'll be the closing ceremony of MMVC 24 and looking ahead to MMVC 25. So that's the sessions for today. And our first presenter is Dr. Zeynab Moosavi. She's coming to us from Iran. She holds a master's degree in English language teaching and a doctoral degree in curriculum and instructional technology from Malaya University, Malaysia. She's been teaching English face-to-face and online at language centers and universities in Iran and Malaysia. She has won platinum as well as silver awards in International Summit of Innovation and Design Exposition 2019. This was a competition at the University of Malaya, and congratulations, we haven't said that, well-deserved, and the University of Putra, Malaysia. Her research interests are topics related to instructional and multimedia design, distance education, online interaction, and personalized learning. She's on the EVO coordination team, that's the Electronic Village Online, and a very close colleague. We work together on a daily basis, but we have never met. So I'm hoping that we will in the very near future, when the world becomes an open access, just like other things that are open, and we can travel and visit each other. So I'm going to let you start the screen sharing, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Nelly, for your introduction. Thank you. I'm going to share it again. Okay.
It's perfect.
So you can see it. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to discuss the topic, rethinking teaching and learning in the age of AI. As we navigate through rapid technological advancements, is imperative that we reflect on how these changes impact our educational practices and explore ways to adapt effectively. First, we will explore the historical evolution of educational technology and its impact on teaching practices. Second, we'll examine the current challenges and opportunities presented by AI in education. Third, I will introduce a structured planning model to inspire you to rethink and reflect on your teaching to align with current needs and capabilities provided by AI. Finally, I hope to provide you with valuable insights and practical strategies, ensuring responsible and effective use of AI tools in teaching and learning. Changes are happening in our everyday life, and we have to adapt to new situations and face challenges. Educational technology is no exception. Technology has always been a major drive of change in the education sector. From basic tools like calculators to advanced technologies like AI tools. Technology has always had a profound impact on how we learn, teach, assess, and interact with each other. Throughout history, each time that there was a new type of technology, we teachers had to figure out how to adapt our teaching to meet these emerging trends. Initially, many educators, many teachers were concerned about the impact of new tools might have on learning, but ultimately they embrace these tools, recognizing their potential to enhance teaching and learning. For example, when calculators first came out, some teachers, some educators were worried that students wouldn't learn math properly. They were worried that students would become overly reliant on these tools and lose basic arithmetic skills. But actually, this didn't happen. Teachers learned to shift the focus from manual calculations to problem solving and understanding more complex mathematical concepts. Further, the advent of internet brought another wave of transformation. Educational websites, online courses, virtual classrooms became popular, became integral part of educational landscape. Initially, educators concerned about access and content quality, information overload and distraction. But we saw that it provided access to vast amounts of information and facilitated flexible self-paced learning. You may remember the shift to online learning platforms initially met with skepticism, but the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adoption of these platforms as they made learning more flexible, more accessible, allowing students to connect, to collaborate, communicate, access educational resources from anywhere, anytime. And now AI is here, and it's clear it's not going to disappear. Students are going to use AI tools when they go home, even if we ban using it. So the solution is not banning these tools, and it's actually it's unrealistic to expect learners never to use these tools. Instead of resisting change, we should see this advancement as a chance to grow and adapt, making the most of exciting possibilities that AI tools bring. Just by trying them out, exploring them, embracing them, understanding the capabilities and limitations of these tools, we can harness its potential to create more effective and engaging learning experiences. Let's see some of teachers' concerns surrounding the use of AI in education. Some educators concerned about students' privacy and data security because AI tools can autonomously learn many students' personal information, like their learning styles, their capabilities, which could be private by some students. Another challenge is digital divide. Unfortunately, not all students have equal access to AI technology. For example, in my country, Iran, due to economic sanction, we have limited access to most AI technologies and platforms. So it can be a significant challenge for both teachers and students. Also, many schools, especially in rural areas, lack the necessary facilities like reliable internet access and modern computer systems to support AI-based learning tools. And for many educational institutions, introducing and implementing AI in education can be financially demanding and not be affordable. Also, another challenge is lack of teachers' training. Effective use of technology requires adequate training for educators, for teachers, and lack of training also may hinder their adoption and prefer traditional teaching methods and tools with which they are more comfortable and more familiar. Another concern is that they can sometimes produce incorrect information. AI tools draw its information from enormous amounts of data that are available online, some of which may be biased, some of which may be inaccurate or contain out-of-date information. They sometimes create fake citations and codes which are not real. They are fabricated. And there is another concern around students' over-reliance on AI. It is believed that excessive reliance on AI tools can decline students' critical thinking and problem-solving skills, as they may become accustomed to receiving instant answers from AI tools. Another major concern among teachers is that students use AI-generated content as their own work without giving citation and credit. But AI tools also offer significant opportunities, benefits. For example, AI has the potential to transform education by providing personalized learning. AI tools can analyze students' data, and adapt to their learning styles, providing feedback and recommendations that are tailored to their individual needs and abilities. The adaptive nature of AI tools allows them to identify areas where students are weak or struggling, and provide additional practice and resources to facilitate their learning. The tailored suggestions and examples also are valuable resources for learners, particularly for language learners. They can ask, for example, they can ask ChatGPT or any AI tools to simplify complex text, summarize complex content, provide explanations, give more examples based on their language proficiency. And this can help to keep students engaged and motivated. Also, AI can provide access to a wealth of educational resources. It can help students in conducting research by quickly finding relevant information, relevant articles. So it reduces the time spent on search for information. And also, they can provide instant feedback when even when a teacher isn't immediately available to answer or teach. So its capacity to provide immediate feedback allows students to correct their mistakes, which is invaluable for building students' confidence. For example, in the context of language learning, is very beneficial for language learners as they can provide instant feedback on their language skills, on their grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary. They also enable students to ask their questions also outside of class time, so they can get help whenever they need it. It also can help teachers save time by helping them create their lessons, lesson plan, resources, multimedia materials. It allows teachers to devote more time on critical tasks, such as doing research, supporting students, designing activities. Sometimes when I'm preparing my lesson, my instruction for teaching, I use the ChatGPT or Copilot to double check if I missed any details, if I covered all details. It gives me confidence that my learning materials are comprehensive and accurate. So, as you see, AI is a technology tool, like most other technological tools. It can be used for good, evil, or anything in between. We should learn how to maximize the benefits of AI and mitigate the challenges. And it's on teachers, on us as teachers, to figure out when, how much we want AI to take a role in education. As teachers, we should stay up to date with new developments and be prepared to adapt our teaching strategies to incorporate these powerful tools. We should see it as a chance to rethink teaching and learning with new methods and new strategies to prevent the misuse of AI tools. We should figure out how to use AI in education, but also foster critical thinking, consider ethical issues, and improve skills students need for their future careers. For that, So we should know integrating AI in teaching requires careful planning and alignment with educational goals. Grant Wiggins and Jay McDeek developed a backward design framework called Understanding by Design for designing courses. This framework has very structured stages that set the objectives with the end results in mind, determine the evidence of learning, and plan the learning activities at the end. It ensures alignment between goals, assessments, and instructional strategies and activities. This framework focuses on helping students understand the content and apply what they have learned in different contexts, in real situations, rather than just memorizing facts or concepts. It helps teachers to design their courses systematically and purposefully. To make the model more adapted to today's students' need and technological advancement, it would be great to start with knowing learners, understanding learners' context and needs. So before identifying the desired results, you need to know who your students are. It can include their cultural background, their personal experiences that might influence their learning, what students already know, what skills they have, what areas they might need additional support. For example, in the context of language learning, get information about their previous language learning experiences, their language proficiency level, and specific areas they want to improve, their learning styles, to be able to tailor lessons to meet students' needs and interests. Also, you need to get information on how familiar and comfortable your students are with using digital tools and technologies. Ensure they have access to devices like laptop, computers, or mobile, and reliable internet at home. You need to know if they have previously used AI in their learning. If they use AI tools, what AI tools they are using, how they are using. You need to know what students are towards the use of AI. For example, are they open to using AI as a learning tool? And the next step is, according to Understanding by Design framework, we don't start with content or activities. We start with what students should know, what students are expected to be able to do, what students should understand. So you should have a clear understanding of your destination. You should know where you're going, so that you better understand where you are now. So the steps you take are always in the right destination. Now with the advancement of AI tools, you should consider or reconsider whether your goals are still valid. To ensure a responsible integration and implementation of AI in teaching, you may want to revise your goals or add new goals related to AI skills and knowledge. think what essential skills, what essential knowledge students should acquire to thrive in an AI-enhanced future. Isn't it necessary to foster creativity, communication, collaboration, problem-solving skills among students and prepare them for the demands of digital age? Think how AI tools can support and enhance teaching and learning in your course. You may want your students to understand how effectively use AI tools to enhance their learning. You may want your students to develop the ability to critically evaluate AI feedback, AI information or content generated by AI. You may want students to demonstrate awareness of ethical considerations related to AI use. So just I want you to rethink your course goals and ensure if you need to revise them. The next step is to determine acceptable evidence. You should ask what kind of student performance, work, or action will show that students truly understand and can apply, can transfer their knowledge and learning to a new situation. You should ask how you will measure their performance based on the goals that you set for your course. You must carefully think like an SSO to consider the evidence required to determine the extent to which students have achieved the desired results. For example, when we expect students to explain something, we need to seek more than memorized recitation. They need to put it in their own words. They need to give reasons based on evidence for their answers, cite a text to support it, show or present their work, and justify the solution. In this way, they can show they are able to apply what they have learned, what they know in different situations. We should ask what additional evidence we need to collect to show that students have met all of our course goals. Are the assessments matching with anything we want students to learn? And in the age of AI, we should think and ask, is this type of assessment valid? For example, if you just use a single answer assessment, true, false, multiple choice, fill in the blank questions, AI tools may quickly provide the correct answer. So you may think to include open-ended questions that require a detailed response, or interactive assessments where students discuss a topic. For example, group discussions on specific topic, for example, on the impact of social media on communication, or peer assessments that require students to evaluate or review each other's work. So if you're concerned about your students cheating, so using such assessments reduces the likelihood of copying or cheating. I mean, you may need to revise the types of assessments to encourage critical thinking, creativity, evaluation, problem solving, or analysis that students need to apply their knowledge. You may want students to to use AI for finding information on a topic, create a presentation, discuss about that, or present their understanding and explain their ideas, or do group projects, for example, design a website, all require research, creativity, collaboration, communication, and accountability. So you may think that a combination of these assessments is suitable for your students to show their knowledge and abilities. Just think about that and ensure that if you need to revise your assessments. Stage 4, now it's time to plan the actual lessons, strategies, learning materials, instruction, resources, activities that help students achieve the desired results and succeed in assessments. You need to think what and how to teach to help students understand, to transfer and or apply what they know and become more independent in the learning. You should ask how you will keep track of students' progress, how the lessons will be sequence will be ordered and adjusted to meet the needs of all students. You should ask, do the lessons and activities match the learning goals and assessments? And with the development of AI tools, you need to think redesigning your learning materials, strategies, resources, which help students gain knowledge and skills to succeed in assessments and achieve their outcomes. Here, you can consider allowing or encouraging AI use for outside of class. Anyhow, it depends on your context, your learners' goals and assessments, but you need to clearly communicate details about if AI tools can be used, or if they can be used, how they can be used. Clarify to students how and where AI tools might be used in their work. You should be direct and transparent about what tools students are permitted to use. You may need to publish policies about the use of AI to clarify how students are permitted to encourage with AI tools, and guidelines for how to use these tools and for including citation. Hawkins et al. Propose an AI assessment scale for ethical generative AI assessment. This scale helps both teachers and students understand the extent to which AI is involved in the learning and assessment process. It includes 5 levels. Each level represents different degrees of AI engagement, ranging from no AI use to significant AI-generated content that requires our evaluation and analysis. Just I like to explain this scale with example. Level 1, no AI. Students are not allowed to use AI at all for the assessment or tasks. The goal here is to test students' abilities without any technological tools. For example, during exams that electronic devices are not used, or for group activities that require interaction and communication without AI tools. For example, you may want to assess your student speaking skill and listening comprehension. So students are required to discuss a specific topic in small groups. They need to engage in conversation. We want students to use their own knowledge and skills. Level 2, AI-assisted idea generation and structuring. Students can use AI to improve their writing, but they should show the original work. Students can use AI to get ideas, to come up with ideas, but they cannot use the AI exact words in their final submission. It is used to help students brainstorm ideas and offer suggestions, but the final submission, the final product must be the student's own work. The final work must be entirely created by students. Students are not allowed to use content generated by AI tools, and the final essay, I don't know, letter, project, analysis must be created by students themselves. Level 3, AI-assisted editing. AI is used as a proofreader. Students can use AI to improve their writing, but students must show their original work. AI helps students with rewriting, with clarifying ideas. Ideas come from students, but for editing text, like fixing grammar, spelling corrections, rephrasing sentences, AI is used. AI, so AI is used to help make ideas clearer and make concise. You can ask students to submit both the original and AI edited versions and provide a brief explanation of how the AI tool was used and what changes were made. Level 4 is AI task completion, human evaluation. The text, the content is generated by AI, but students need to carefully read the text, identify strengths and weaknesses, check for factual accuracy, decide if it's convincing. So in this level, AI generates content and students provide reflection, feedback on the quality, on accuracy, on effectiveness of content generated by AI, or they need to check if there are any biases or misinterpretation in the text generated by AI. Level 5, full AI. Here, AI is fully integrated with the assessment, and students are allowed to use AI tools for doing their work. AI tools can be used for making images, generating text, creating videos, audio, making presentation engaging. This level is suitable when one of the learning goals is, for example, in the context of language learning, to achieve proficiency in language skills, for example, writing, and to develop the ability to use AI tools effectively and enhance multimedia projects, for example. This guideline would be very beneficial for your teaching, helping you make decision on how to use AI tools or how much you need to use AI in your teaching according to the goals you set and assessments you determine, and also help your students use AI responsibly and appropriately. Just ensure that you clearly discuss the appropriate use of AI tools, the policies and guidelines with your students. And this skill just was as an example. And I hope this guideline can help you and your students use AI tools effectively, responsibly, and appropriately. And here you can find resources um, for your reference. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions, I'm so happy to answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zeynab, for that. That was absolutely amazing. Really loved the layout of the slides, the organization, the thought-provoking ideas
Thank
of
you.
both challenges and opportunities. I think that is true with any technology, in fact, and specifically with AI tools. There's no need to worry that they will replace teachers. I just think that teachers will be able to, hone these tools and use them in such ways that make everything so much easier. If students can practice with AI tools, I think that's great. There'll be other things that we can do in the classroom, such as teamwork. In the physical classroom, if students come to class and they've already practiced, like flipped learning, call it flipped learning with AI tools, they'll come to class and they'll be able to have fun communicating with humans, not just with bots. So I think that answers, but maybe you can answer it as well. There's some questions there about, well, you can see some of the questions there. How do you identify students' learning styles? I mean, what tools do you use?
I think the questionnaire is the best tool that teachers can use, especially for classes when we have many students in our class. So you need to find a suitable, appropriate questionnaire for identifying students' styles. We have many questionnaires, but I now I don't know.
I can help you. Another one is what grade can we implement? Oh no, yes. What grade can we implement digital literacy in? Which year, I guess, university or in younger learners? Maybe that's what you mean, Najja.
What can say?
Maybe you can elaborate on your question there.
About learner's age, I cannot understand.
Yeah, teaching learners about digital literacy. In other words, I don't know if that's the job of a teacher, but maybe that's the job of a teacher, to teach digital literacy.
As I said, before doing anything, we need to know learners. So as teacher, we have to learn our learner to understand what level of digital literacy they have, to be able to think our goals and assessments and activities. It depends on your context. Sometimes, for example, in the context of my country, sometimes some platforms, some skills don't work. it doesn't matter what skills I am improving for my students. The context is very important.
Yeah, totally. Let's see. There's also discussion there about can AI endanger our job as teachers? And Mohammed stated here, it can endanger our jobs if we don't deal with this in the right way.
No,
And I think that's
I
such a
don't think
wonderful.
so. If you want to ban using these tools and just ban students using these tools, maybe but you need to update your knowledge about the tools that are coming, and just think how we can, how effectively we can use these tools, or in great with new methods.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Just think of all the opportunities of teaching in a different way, not the old way, but find a new way of teaching as a result of these AI tools. I mean, it'll just make our lives so much more exciting, you know.
It's a bit challenging for teachers because they don't have time to learn, but they have to learn
But they
many
will
things.
have time because they'll be able to use all these tools and
Yes,
and they'll have more time.
yes.
So there's another question. How can we assess high school students? Okay, now we're getting high school students, that's more specific. Writing and speech if they use AI assistants. I think, do you want to refer to that?
Uh, can you ask the question again?
Yeah. How can we assess high school students' writing and speech if they use AI assistants?
Um, I think based on this scale, first you see what is your goal in that class, and based on that, you need to, for example, when you see that students are using AI tools for their writing, but the goal is that the students work in groups, so they can use the content generated by AI, for example, and find the weaknesses of the writing, and make, and discuss about why they want to use this writing generated by AI, or they want to change it. It's just it depends on your goal. What is your goal for writing? And
I think that you
I
made
can,
some very, very good points there, Zainab, about that our goals are very important.
and based on your goal, you can determine how much AI you can use based on this scale.
And the scale was very, very good. I liked
Yes.
the examples that you
And
provided us
you
with.
can decide how much AI you want students to use. No AI or full AI. It depends on your goals and your context.
Zainab, will you be able to share the presentation? I understand that
Yes.
it's okay. So the presentation will be available and you'll get a chance to take a look at it once again. So thank you, everyone, for being here. And thank you, Zainab, for an amazing
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank
We
you
really
for my
enjoyed it
attention.
and we want more, but our time is up.